Hi, my name is Heather Austin, and I'll be presenting my research paper, which is about whether or not it pays to be ethical. Now, let's start by saying what we mean by the word pay. Most people think of profits or a paycheck, but I argue that the word pay can also mean something rewarding and satisfying. Like David Nealman at JetBlue, when he had $25 million at age 32, decided he didn't want to retire because that wasn't satisfying for him. He wanted to build a company that could change the world. Now, let's go on and talk about the value of trust. Trust is very hard to quantify. If someone were to come up to you and say, "I'll pay you $2,000 to trust me," you would probably trust them even less. Trust is hard to earn, but it can disappear quickly when someone does something to violate that trust. Let's talk about two examples. The first is David Colby. He was a big man on Wall Street, very successful, he's very rich, but he did something to lose the trust of his company and basically everyone else. He was dating 12 women at once, and they all thought they were the only woman he was dating. Now, he might have had all of this money and might have earned it all ethically, but he ruined his career when he violated everyone's trust. And it's likely no one will ever hire him again because they can't trust him. Now, is that really satisfying to have a whole bunch of money but no one's trust? The next example is one of Jody Grant. He was the president of a failing bank, and instead of getting his money out and saving his own finances, he stayed with the bank till the bitter end. Even though he lost all of the money he had invested, he knew it was his duty to stay with the bank and either save it or go down with it financially. Years later, he founded a new bank, and he had many investors give him money, up to $80 million in startup money. How was he able to get that much from people when he had been the president of a bank that failed? He was ethical, and they knew they could trust him to do the right thing. Now, some people might tell you, well, goodness, if you gave me $180 million, I wouldn't need to be ethical. I don't need people's trust. I don't need anything from anyone else. I'd have all the money I needed. Now, I wonder about that, because you can look at the story of King Midas. It's a tale in Greek mythology. And Midas was, a king in ancient Greece. And one of the gods decided to grant him a wish. Midas wished that he could touch anything and have it turn to gold. Sounds like an awesome gift. But the Greek god warned him, you might not want to do that. But Midas insisted on receiving that gift, and at first was overjoyed. He could touch anything, a leaf, a flower, sand, and it would turn to gold. However, he realized later that he couldn't eat anymore because all of his food and drink would turn to gold. Then his daughter ran up to him and touched him, and she turned into a gold statue. He had lost everything he held dear. I want you to think about what you hold dear. Whether it's family, career, education, and never let anything, especially greed, get in the way of that goal. In conclusion, it pays to be ethical when you want something money can't buy, and only pays to be unethical when all you want is money. I challenge you all to take a moment to think about what truly matters most to you. Thank you.